I'm attorney Ben Crawford, along with attorney Natalie Jackson, attorney Paul Greinke, and attorney Jennifer Hightower. We have the honor of representing the family of Sonia Massey. Present with us today is her son Malachi Massey, her uncle Raymond Massey, as well as his daughter Shadia Massey. Also with me and Ms. Haley Cliff Jones, who's going to assist me today as we talk about the results of the autopsy. Before we do that, I want to also talk about an update as we continue to probe and find out all the reasons why this tragedy happened. We talked about how the family wanted a thorough investigation as to why they didn't know until 24 hours later that the person who had shot Sonia Massey was a law enforcement official. Why weren't they told that from the very beginning when they showed up asking who did this? Malachi talked about how he was on the phone with the hospital officials, and he kept asking, they kept saying somebody shot her in her face, and told him in graphic detail at 5 o'clock in the morning what happened to his mother, but never told him who. Shadia and Jimmy went to the house at 6 a.m. that morning when law enforcement was all around. They kept asking the questions, who did this, what happened? Nobody told them that it was the sheriff's deputy, Sean Grayson, who had shot her in the face. They seemed to be led to believe that it was some prowler or something, because they started asking questions. Every time they would ask questions, they would be given questions. What was the history between her and the neighbor? And we have been made aware that there were some unsubstantiated allegations of excessive force by this officer, allegedly, on 2 occasions. One dealing with an African American who received injuries from allegedly a tasing. But regrettably, before the findings were concluded, the individual wouldn't cooperate because apparently he was dealing with the criminal charges. And so he apparently didn't trust the system to do right by him. So we know that that individual is now considering coming forward. Even though you have to understand, a lot of people, a lot of minorities in America don't come forward for many reasons. They don't call the police for many reasons because things normally don't turn out good for us when we call the police. Obviously, Sonia Massey is exhibit 1, but we're hoping and encouraging him to come forward and tell what happened with his interaction with Deputy Sean Grayson. And then the other individual we know is out there. We don't know what this situation is, but apparently they also complained about excessive, unnecessary force. Here, obviously, you have Sonia Massey with her beautiful smile. But you have, as they said, the injury right beneath the left eye. And then they talk about how the exit is posterior left surface of the upper neck, below the ear, below her hairline. Now, why this is so significant, is it confirms that Deputy Sean Grayson shot in a downward trajectory. He shot in a downward trajectory. This autopsy findings, coupled with the video where we see her ducking, saying, "Sorry, sir, sorry." He shot when she's making a motion coming up. That's how you get the downward trajectory. And you see on the video his arm. He aims down. He literally aims down. You see his arms braced in a downward trajectory. And we know that he walked 2 to 3 steps to his right, out away from the counter, where it was, we believe, from objective observation, to get a better shot at Sonya Massey. And when Sonya Massey was staring at the barrel of his gun, we see on the video, to get a better shot at Sonya Massey. And when Sonya Massey was staring at the barrel of his gun, we see on the video what she did. She stooped down and said, sorry, sorry. And we believe that the bullet, the shot, was shot while she was in a stupid position coming up. And that's how you get the downward trajectory. And the autopsy confirms what everybody already knew in the video, that this was just a senseless, unnecessary, excessive use of force. Completely unnecessary. Certainly not justified. I mean, how can you justify this? She's all of 5'1", 110 pounds. He's approximately 6'5" tall, approximately 260 pounds. Completely excessive. Completely excessive. And so we will continue to provide you updates, evidence as we get it, because we're not taking for granted that America won't see Sonya Massey like Deputy Sean Grayson saw her. We want to make sure that America sees her as a human being worthy of dignity and respect and consideration. We don't take it for granted. Your actions speak so loud, we need not hear your words. And until we get a conviction and a sentence, we will continue to keep our foot on the gas and full steam ahead and fight for justice for Sonya Massey. Full steam ahead. We understand far too often, especially as it relates to black women in America, there's not equal justice. There's not equal justice. And just like Sonya Massey said, and I continue to use her words, until this discriminatory criminal justice system gives full justice for the death of Sonya Massey, we rebuke you in the name of Jesus. Justice for Sonya Massey. Justice for Sonya Massey. Justice for Sonya Massey.
Justice for Sonya Massey. Yes.
At this time, you will hear from Uncle Raymond Massey, Mr. Wilburn, her father, and Ms. Donna, her mother couldn't.